Twiddling our thumbs since E3 2013, we finally get a release date. Hopefully it sticks. This is the Kings of Rise,
This is Ultima.
and this is MGT Cast. And today we are talking about Final Fantasy 15 is going to be the fucking subject for this particular venture. And
Yeah.
today, or actually, it's right now. Currently, it's 1:48 in the morning.
We don't
Um,
sleep
no, not
because we,
normally.
we, we strive to bring the freshest content to YouTube
Hopefully,
at all hours.
at all hours. If
So,
we're not already like if we're not not playing Heroes
other games
or other games
or streaming.
or streaming. Uh, so we're like you said we're gonna bring the freshest content possible. So everything before this point we're probably gonna omit because
Yeah.
that's because when it seems like whenever information comes out about this game, it comes in very large sections.
Yeah.
So it comes out as it comes out. So where
Or shake it down.
anything that's before this has been omitted. So we're only going to focus on what we've learned like in the past 12 hours, I guess you can say, for some of
Yes,
us.
sir.
So um, what have you dug up for us, Mr. Ultima, sir?
Okay. So, first and foremost, the official release date, September 30th, 2016, worldwide release date for Final Fantasy 15, and it is for the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. So that's first things first.
First things first.
Yeah. Secondly, there's a new demo called, it's like Final Fantasy 15. Oh, it's Platinum Demo Final Fantasy 15.
So that's available now.
That is available now
You
on
know what?
Xbox One and PlayStation 4.
Actually, I'm letting the GTA credits run right now, so I'm not gonna look at that.
Um, it isn't taken from the main game. Instead, it's a small standalone experience that just gives you a feel for how Final Fantasy 15 will play, while at the same time telling its own brief story.
Okay, so basically, so they wow, that's actually unlike most games, they went above and beyond to make a
Yeah,
standalone demo
yeah.
to make everyone to not make everyone, but for
This is
everyone to
this is
feel
some
out
like this is
the
like the PT of JRPGs right now.
yeah yeah. And for those of you who don't know what PT is or the PTR, that means the public test realm, and that normally falls under online only games mostly, or multiplayer style games like uh, the Blizzard games are a good example
Yeah, they usually run
for all of
public
their
test realms.
games: StarCraft, Diablo, Heroes of the Storm, and I'm pretty sure Overwatch at this point, Hearthstone.
Yeah,
They all have a PTR. So when they test out new abilities, not abilities, but new features for patches and fixes and stuff like that. So um, in this case, it's gonna be a basically well, what are you gonna call it? A
seems like from the looks of it, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this is like pre the game, so I think it's more like a prologue type thing. I don't know. I don't know if it's necessarily that critical to the
well,
main story
the
though.
question is gonna be is how long is this demo? Because I mean,
Um,
obviously that it's obviously they're claiming it's a demo, so it's not going to be like what they call like Metal Gear
it,
Ground Zeroes as a
yeah,
glorified demo that you had to pay
yeah.
for.
According to IGN, it's about half an hour.
Okay, so it's an actual demo.
Yeah. So, um, from what I saw on IGN, it was about half an hour.
Okay.
Um, also, two other important things. There is an anime, and the first episode is available today. Not 100% sure where you can watch it.
Actually, when I googled to find a background for this cast, that you're
Might be on
currently
YouTube.
seeing,
I don't know.
I googled it and it was somebody had posted it on YouTube.
Okay, yeah.
So
So it's called Brotherhood Final Fantasy 15. Um, there will be 5 episodes online for free. Episode 1 is already available. A 6th episode will be available exclusively inside Final Fantasy 15's Ultimate Collector's Edition. So this anime will focus on how Noctis became friends with the other characters in Final Fantasy 15. So it seems like it's basically how your main party becomes friends in the game. On top of that, because they're going all out with this one, there is a movie. Now this is not going to be in theaters, according to sources and or what they said. But there's a movie. It is called King's Glaive: Final Fantasy 15. And so here is the synopsis from Square Enix. The magical kingdom of Lucis is home to the hallowed crystal, but the menacing empire of Niflheim will stop at nothing to make it theirs. War has raged between the two for as long as most can remember. King Regis of Lucis commands an elite force of soldiers dubbed the King's Glaive, wielding their king's magic. Nyx Ulrich and his fellow Glaives stand before the crown of city of Insomnia, fighting to stay the inexorable advance of Niflheim's imperial army. Before the overwhelming military might of the Empire, King Regis can only salvage his kingdom by accepting an ultimatum. He must cede all lands outside the crown city and see his son, Prince Noctis, wed to Lady Lunafreya, the former princess of Tenebrae, now captive of Niflheim. As the War of Wills rages, the machinations,
Machinations.
machinations of Niflheim transform Insomnia into an awe-inspiring battleground, pulling Nyx into a struggle for the very survival of the kingdom. Okay. Now to touch on that, the game, the release, there's 3 editions of the game. There's the standard edition. There's the deluxe edition, which will come with the game, an exclusive steel booklet, which is pretty standard for most deluxe editions these days. It looks really nice from what I'm looking at. Final Fantasy always had a good art style, so to me it looks really nice. It will come with the King's Glaive movie on Blu-ray, obviously the game, and then it'll come with an outfit, a weapon, and a skin for your vehicle. And that is $89.99.
So if you look at it like that, it's actually pretty good value.
Yeah, the deluxe edition seems like pretty decent value, and I think that's kind of what I'm leaning towards right now as I'm looking at this. There's an Ultimate Collector's Edition limited to 30,000 units worldwide that will be available for $269.99. And this includes a hardcover art book, a soundtrack, an exclusive PlayArts Kai Noctis figure, plus the same bonus content as the deluxe edition, and 4 in-game item packs called the Travel Pack, the Camera Kit, the Angler Set, and I think the Gourmand Set. And it will also include the exclusive 6th episode of Brotherhood Final Fantasy 15, the animated series. And that is just about everything we know. Again, worldwide release date September 30th. But there's an anime, there's a movie, and there's a demo all out right now. So Square's going pretty all out with this.
So I mean, look at it like this though. Like, I mean, we're all a little bit concerned about the whole release date thing. So
Yeah.
I mean, we were just talking about this right before this, but like how. I mean, for me, let's just say now the question is how how long do you think they're gonna honor this release date, or they just or they're gonna or are they gonna run into another snag and have to push it back to say early holiday? Like, for me, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt and say they're going to honor this release date because, from what I seen, I didn't actually see it, but like I saw a bunch of tweets about it, and they were
Yeah.
basically went out on stage and everything, and they formally announced it to the world.
Yeah.
So I like to give them the benefit of the doubt and say that what they're actually gonna release it, you know, in September. So I'm just gonna hold out for their announcement. So um
Um, I think there's a little bit of optimism because September 30th. That's September, October, November is usually the big gaming release months.
yeah.
So since it's already in that window, I think there's some hopefulness. I don't know. I I don't know. Games get pushed back a lot lately. It seems like it's more common now, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Because if the game's not ready, the game's not ready. I mean, Quantum Break's been, that's coming out next month, and that game's been pushed back for like over a year. Um, it could come out in September, but man, there's a small part of me that thinks it's going to get pushed back a little bit. I don't think they'll push it back to 2017 per se, but I don't know.
Yeah, because I think I mean, here's the thing. It's like I mean, I don't want to use the term trust issues because that comes on a little strong. Because then we
Yeah.
start to think, then people start to create rumors, and rumors start to
So,
turn people against the media itself. So um, you remember at one point this game was they considered this game vaporware all the way up until they had like formally announced it.
yeah.
So we know it's not vaporware at this point, but people in their rumors.
Mm-hmm.
People who apparently know people that are working on the game. My cousin's my cousin's husband's brother-in-law or some shit like that. But whatever. Um, I guess in the next couple of months we'll just have to see because it's really what is it? It's the 31st now since it's past midnight over here in Cali. It's 2 a.m. just after 2 a.m. Um,
Yeah.
so uh you know May or no April, May, June, July,
Six
August, September.
months.
It's about 6 months. So I guess I want to give them a whole 3 months before we'll see if I want to. At least this is gonna be my guess. Is
Yeah.
I'm gonna give them a whole 3 months before we're gonna see whether or not they're gonna push it back or not again.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure they'll make that decision in the next couple months.
Yeah. So
But no. I mean, it has been in works for a long time. And to be fair, I guess I don't necessarily know Square's track record with like how much they push things back.
we'd
Uh,
really have to do the research to really know for
yeah.
sure.
So like, I don't know, but I think it'll come out this year, which I think is the important part. Is that it's coming out this year.
Yeah. Because I don't think they can afford. I don't think they can afford anymore to push it back to the year after. So, um,
I think,
I don't want to say they're going to lose credibility if they do that, but
yeah,
you know,
credibility, but not credibility, but just like I don't know. I think the game, if the game doesn't come out this year, I think it's gonna lose a lot of steam.
yeah.
Especially with the how much they went out for this. But I think the optimistic thing here is that clearly they feel like they've crafted a world where there's a lot to expand on and there's a lot of lore, which makes me assume that the game's probably going to have a lot of depth to it, hopefully, and the characters in the world and the story is going to have a lot of depth,
Let's
which
just
means I'm hopeful that this will be a top notch Final Fantasy title.
Well, let's just hope that the travel is not going to be hella tedious. Seeing as
Yeah,
that they're hyping up that car for a long time, so
yeah.
um, the vehicles and stuff like that, the vehicle that they're riding in and stuff like that. Hopefully, like if that becomes the the mode of transportation, hopefully it doesn't become tedious and then give people something to complain about. They're gonna complain regardless, but you know,
Hmm.
I mean, we can't just send those people into space. Although I'd love to. Um, yeah, because bitch fits and whiners, never really stops. But um, I guess I guess that's all we have for now.
Yeah, that's it.
So hopefully when we hear of the next thing that happens, we'll get on it as soon as possible.
Yeah,
Um, you know, like the video,
yeah. Like,
comment, subscribe to us so you get the
subscribe,
get
let
hopefully
us
you get
know.
you get like so you get, I guess you could say, the slight latest, because this I don't we don't always have, obviously we're never going to really have time to do it on the dot, so
Yeah, man, whatever. We did this like 12 hours after the fact. I think we're all right.
well,
um,
again, um
but let us know. Are you excited for Final Fantasy 15? Are you cautiously optimistic? Are you like, nah, man,
are you going to
they're
need to see a
they're
therapist?
yeah, like, do you think, oh no, they're gonna drop the ball? What are your thoughts on Final Fantasy 15?
I'd love to know your thoughts.
I'm excited.
Hopefully no one has to go see a therapist over this.
Yeah,
So that said, this is the Kings of Rise.
this is Ultima.
Peace out.